What's up, everybody? It's Joey with Let's Get Paranormal. We got another episode for you. Ep.9. We have a guest on here, which is Kyle. Hell yeah. Got double spooky fingers up.
Oh. Hi. Oh.
Hi.
My name is Kyle.
But as you know, Kyle, he's on the other podcast. The Pitch Dark podcast. And he's also one of the ghost hunters.
I'm a ghost hunter. I'm a chef. I'm just an all-around kind of guy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so it does make sense to have him on here because he is part of the crew for the paranormal stuff. He's experienced some stuff. Oh,
bro, my balls got dipped in the ghost pool.
What the fuck?
That's how you get initiated into the ghost paranormal world, if you guys didn't know that.
Yeah.
We get naked and go to the river and we dip our balls twice.
Twice?
Just kidding, because there's a lot of people who will probably take that shit seriously.
No shit, like really?
Oh, fucking, I knew it.
I know there's ancient rituals.
Oh, fucking, was it to the north? Oh. But, yeah, so if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Kyle Montoya. I co-host with him on the Pitch Dark show.
Yeah, the whole Pitch Dark studio thing, he found it, like co-founded it with me too.
Yeah. So you can call me a co-founder, I guess. I don't know. I really don't like to call myself that.
We're like, I don't know what you'd call like, because I don't want to say CEOs because that sounds like we're like pat ourselves on the back.
Co-creators, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, of the Pitch Dark show. But yeah, like we pretty much started this thing from like the ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because.
So if you guys don't know who I am, that's who I am. Kyle Montoya.
You guys should know who he is because
like
he's like if you go on our thing, he's like the first face that's on there.
Yeah, I'm also known as the chef. I'm pretty much the main character on Cloud9. And yeah, so if you guys get a chance to check out any more of what the Pitch Dark has to offer, you'll see me in a lot of other things.
Yeah, and he's actually like pretty much like him and myself we're the ones actually, the Pitch Dark podcast actually started off with just telling ghost stories.
Yeah, that's like basically what our main consensus of the podcast was.
Yeah, like we had like a one day of the week where we just talked about ghost stories.
Yeah, because we went live like 3 times a week.
Yeah, because I remember the first time it was just like introducing ourselves, and then like we went into like ghost stories. And we had like, that was like when we had like a crazy like amount of people watching.
Yeah, it was like 300 viewers at that.
Yeah, there was this like ghost story. I was like, what the fuck? I can't keep up. Well,
yeah, so like, so this is where basically like the start of the Pitch Dark came out was with like a get to know you, and then it just spiraled into like ghost stories there.
Yeah. Because we've always been like fascinated since we were kids.
I think. Like I mean, shit. Like when we get further into it, I'll tell a couple of stories of
like your personal experience.
Yeah, of like, and it started from a young age. It wasn't just like it just happened recently. Kind of just got me into it. I've had paranormal experiences even with this guy. For years when we were kids, and then it slowly tapered off, and then now it don't really happen as much as we would like it to, especially because we film now.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because we're like kids and we're more open or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I've heard that like so many times that like mediums would always say, or people who are in like, I guess you'd say like the paranormal realm always say like the children are always like the closest to where they can see the, like, I guess the other side.
Yeah.
And like I've always like thought it like, I always thought it was true because like my little cousins and stuff, like they'd be like laughing and giggling, nobody's around them, but they're like getting tickled and shit.
Isn't that
like,
creepy?
Yeah. So it's like I that's like, to me is where like I guess where it's kind of like real on a sense of where everybody can like be comfortable with it. Unlike like some people think of paranormal as being demonic and like evil and everything, but it comes with everything. Like it's part
of life.
Yeah, it's mixed into one.
Yeah, like like my mom, like she passed away. Like hopefully she's still around. You know, like it's like not always like demonic. It's his family.
Yeah, and not only that, but like you would think like if say your mom didn't get to complete like her life path because she got sick and such, I would hope that like whoever, if there's a God or there's a being that controls us after we leave here, I hope they allow us to come back and complete what we were supposed to complete.
I hope so. Yeah, or at least get to see like your loved ones still. You know, like that would suck if I like had kids or like my stepkids. If I died early, I couldn't go and check on them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
That would suck. You know?
And like your kids, of course, but like those people you care about, like friends, shit, even like
enemies,
like cousins and stuff. Like I mean, of course, like that's one thing like I always gonna think about is like when I get older is, or when I die is like I hope I get to come back and visit my family and visit them because like I don't know, I'm very close to family. I'm a family oriented person and like I feel like if I were to leave this world and I at least be able to say goodbye, I'd feel pretty bad.
You know, especially if like you died suddenly, you know. I think that always not creeps me out, but like freaks me out. Like, what if I died early and I get to say anything, you know?
Yeah.
Like where the treasure I hid or something.
No shit. No. And that's like one thing too. Like that's why like the main consensus of us recording each other was like, one day we're gonna die, and that we hope that whoever's there for us or whoever cared about us can go back and watch us from the years and come back and say, hey, like this is before they died. This is crazy.
Oh, shit.
Like,
well, this is like the day he did die.
That's the trip. Like that's what always like gets me is like, because I like to listen to rap and shit. Like what gets to me is like those rappers who get shot and killed. Yeah. And like I wonder how like what happens after their life, in their afterlife. Like meaning like, do they just automatically haunt that area?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Or do they go to like where they love being?
Yeah,
at or
exactly.
Yeah.
Or like they're so full of like hate and anger to the person that did it to them.
Like are
they gonna follow them? Or like that's always like another thing I always thought about is like celebrity deaths and shit. Like like if I were to able to go into like Kurt Cobain's area where he killed himself and stuff like that, like I would always like want to know like what he was feeling.
Yeah, or get like answers or something.
Yeah.
You know, like that's part of what we do too. Like just maybe give closure to whoever we're talking to or something.
Yeah, and to be honest, like we can never fucking prove to the fact like when we do the Ouija board or whatever, like that's the actual fucking person talking to us.
Like it's not like complete science, you know. It's not like oh, it's fact, bro.
Yo, it's a 100. Oh.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, but like I've always thought about like, okay, so like what if by chance we're actually talking to that person?
Yeah.
When we're at their famous place where they died, locations and such. Like I want to go to the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah,
and fucking do some investigations over there and see what fucking celebrity we run into.
Oh shit! Like, you know what? Like I wonder. Like sometimes I feel like the spirit box would be more credible because if it sounds like their voice.
Yeah.
Because then that would be like kind of like I couldn't mimic Kurt Cobain's voice.
No shit. Or like imagine like just like Elvis Presley's voice just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like that's like how do you explain that? Like I get it, it's radio frequencies and such like that, but like.
But when it's like complete sentences,
yeah, like how the fuck can you explain that?
I still don't like. It freaks me out when you get complete sentences. You're like, how the fuck does that happen? Because it's switching through stations so fast. There's no way.
And it's always a trip too, because it's like it's always clear. It's never like a mumbled sentence. It's always a clear cut. Like you understand. It's different voices, but it's a clear understanding of what's going on.
It's pretty weird. Yeah, like sometimes you'll get like a full sentence, almost like someone just comes out of that static, just like. Yeah. Hi, and then like, hello, what are you? I'm doing or whatever. Fuck, it's like a full sentence over like 10 stations. I'm just like, how the fuck?
So like the way I picture, the spirit box working for me is like, you're stationed in the middle, and like, there's like a tornado going around, and like by chance there's a spirit that you'll hear once, maybe twice, and if you get lucky 3 times and such, but it's never like. it's never a consistent like flow of noises or voices. It's always just
sometimes it is.
Yeah, like what I'm trying to explain is like what I mean is it's not like a sea of voices.
Yeah, no,
it's just a bunch of like different noises, and sometimes you'll hear like maybe like a part of a song, like a beat or whatever, but like other than that, it's just complete silence. And then when you get complete static, but when you get a full sentence and you like, it's related to the conversation you're having or it's related to the area you're at, then how the fuck can you explain that? Like, how do you explain that away?
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense how it shouldn't work. Where if you're flipping through 10 stations, it should be a jumbled up message. Yeah, it should be like different voices too, not just like one fucking. Sometimes you'll get like a female voice and it says it completely like in one sentence. And it's like that. I don't know how to like even say like it's fake, you know.
and you know what's, to be honest with you, like I never thought I'd ever get into the paranormal thing, because I wouldn't say I was one of the most like traditional people. I was really like spiritual and shit, and like I don't know what happened. Like I know what happened, but there's no room for me to explain it on the show. But like ever since that moment, there's always been that like push to do the what's in the shadows kind of work, meaning like do the things that is considered taboo.
Yeah, like what's weird to other people.
Yeah, like I've never ever wanted to be like into like normal shit that everybody else is into. Like you don't see anybody driving around town listening to fucking people talk about scary shit or murders.
That's why I listen to a podcast.
Bro, that's all I do too. Like I don't even like, sometimes like when I'm in a rush I'll jam the music because it's like, okay, I don't gotta pay attention to what they're saying. But like when I'm on my way here, I'm jamming the podcast because like not only will it give me something to talk about, but it gives me structure to like kind of get a feeling of what the day is gonna be like or how the conversation is gonna go throughout the day. And like to go back to it, I never really thought from being like a little kid, never thought I'd ever be interested in chasing after the things that scare me. Like a perfect example would be like there's so many ghost stories I fucking got. Like
when you were younger.
Like
so like, tell us like the one that pops in your mind the first, like
the most.
Yeah, like what, like right when you think about right now, what comes to your mind first?
Okay, so I've told you this plenty of times, but those two you don't know. There was this one night where it was just like a vivid dream of like it was real lucid. Like I can't, to this day I can't explain it. I can't say if it was real or not because there was feeling, there was smell, and there was taste.
It's almost all your senses.
Yeah. So like I can't explain that away. I couldn't explain the reality of it away. So like what happened was I woke up in the middle of the night because I got to take a piss so bad. So I got up and I was a kid, maybe like, let's say 9 years old, okay? And at that point, I was a fucking bitch. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was scared of fucking everything. And I just remember walking out into the hallway, and the hallway was dark, everything was dark. So I flip on the bathroom light so I have light. But as soon as
Dude, your hallway used to creep me the fuck out at night.
Okay, this is the crazy shit. So when I turned on the light in the bathroom, I hear shuffling on the left side, and on the left side, like directly across the bathroom, is the laundry room. And in the laundry room, the shadow or the light from the bathroom is peeking into the laundry room. But in the corner, there's a basket in front of the corner, and there's like maybe about 6 inches of room between the wall and the basket. But I could see something looking at me. And then all of a sudden, like it moves, and it moves purposely to where I can see it.
Oh, like pokes its head out?
Yeah, it's a doll, okay? It's a little doll.
Like what kind of doll?
Like just
like a Raggedy Ann doll or a porcelain doll or...
I've never really said it out loud. Like, and I never really said it to...
I don't think you ever told me what it looked like.
Okay, so like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this movie, Primitive Fear.
Oh shit.
Okay, so it kind of looked like that plus like a Kachina doll.
Huh.
And the reason why it's so like scary to me and so significant is like it touched me.
I remember you telling me.
And the crazy thing is like after like it touches me, like I could taste like salt.
That's weird.
Like it tastes salty in the air.
Huh.
And then it stinks like shit.
Yeah.
So like there was your three senses right there. Like it touched me, I tasted it, and it smelled it.
Yeah, and you saw it.
Yeah, and I saw it. But the crazy thing is, and I cannot explain this shit away.
So what did it do? So it poked its head out?
I poked its head out, and then right as soon as I turned on the lights, I want to say the bathroom window was open. And it was a small window. Like
it's like a little shower window.
Like a little square. Yeah. So as soon as I turned on the light and it peeked out, it like saw its opportunity to jump out the window.
Huh.
So it ran, and it like literally it ran like
across the hallway.
Like picture a sticks running.
Yeah.
That's basically what I can say. Sticks running across the hallway, and it has like I don't know what the fuck it has in its hand, but it touches me, and it like swipes me, and I can feel it swipe me. And like the crazy thing is like it jumps out the window, and I take a piss. I turn off the lights, and I go to bed, and I'm like, did that really fucking happen?
Surprised you didn't like piss yourself.
Yeah, like did that really fucking happen? Like, I can't explain it. Like, to this day, I still don't know if I was dreaming or not.
That's pretty fucking creepy.
Yeah, and
it's like the way you described the doll is fucking. Like I'm gonna put the picture of what that doll is.
Primitive Fear, yeah, exactly like that. Like mixed in with some like I don't know, like Native American stuff we have here in New Mexico. Yeah. Like if we say I'm Native and we see that shit, like it's whatever.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, but like that was like probably where like the most like the dream that I've always thought about the most, because it's like, or I don't know if it was a dream or not. I can't explain it. But the experience I had that's the first thing that pops into my head, because I've been called a liar by plenty of people because I tell that story.
You told me that before, and I think you told it on the podcast like a long time ago.
Oh yeah. Probably guaranteed. Like there's no way I didn't tell that story.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's the first time I gave an actual pure example of what I saw.
Yeah,
I never said it before.
Yeah. That's pretty. Did it like hop on the tub and then jump out?
So what it did was it ran towards me, touched my leg, then it hopped onto the ledge of the bathtub.
Did it like pull itself up?
Yeah, and then it jumped up to you know how we have that corner part in the shower with the caddy.
Oh yeah.
And it would jump up and it would go in there.
Oh, what the fuck?
And then it jumped out the window.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
So like jumped that way and then.
Yeah, it literally like climbed a way up like a ladder.
So it like made sense the way it did it. It did just like cartoonish like.
No, it didn't just jump up magically fucking 6 feet in the air to get out. No, it literally climbed up itself with.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Speaking of dolls.
Oh shit! No, fuck that. Yeah, see, but these things don't. The ones that scare me the most are the ones that have the eyes that open.
That open and close. I almost bought one.
And a porcelain doll. Those ones probably freak me out the most.
It was weird. Actually, we were just at the antique store yesterday where we picked this one up. I didn't really feel anything with this one. I just thought it looked creepy. Yeah. But it's a vintage Pinocchio doll. That's what it is.
Okay. That looks scary as fuck.
His eyes look like they're like always looking at you or something. But there's an area in the fucking building. I went to this area. They had like a bunch of like toys and stuff. And there's a glass case, and I instantly got dizzy. Yeah. Like, I was like, whoa. I was like, I feel weird right here. I was like, which one is it? And then my eyes connected with this little doll. I was like, it's you. And then I went to get Jimmy. Because she always says she's like more sensitive. I was like, there's something in that corner. I felt really weird. And she went in there, she like instantly, she was like, that one. And pointed right at the same doll I was looking at. I was like, yeah, that was the one I was thinking. I was like, should we get it? I was like, I was all, fuck that. Luckily, it was in a glass case. But yeah, it felt weird. Like, I don't know. It was like the first time.
That's the number one thing, folks, is if it's behind a glass case, leave its ass there.
No shit.
Don't take it out. Like, especially if it's like, if it's dated and old and like, and especially if it comes with a story. Like,
or if you just feel weird around it, you know. You should get like a weird feeling off of it already.
Like they say, trust your gut.
Yeah.
Like that feeling is so tremendous. You should not be like, it should not pass you.
Yeah, never deny your instincts. Yeah, because like there's sometimes we just even when we're ghost hunting, like something's weird right here.
Yeah.
Like you just feel something enter the room or something. You ever get like that when we're ghost hunting? Like you just feel like something's there.
It's always when we set up. It's never like actually when we're recording or anything.
It is. It's like they go hide or something. Yeah.
It's like when we're doing the setup, like initial setups and stuff. Like it's always like they're running around with us.
Yeah, like they're watching. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
why are you putting that there?
Yeah, and then like when we start, it's like okay, go to bed.
Yeah. Like, oh shit, they're ghost police. Fuck.
The Huda's here. Oh.
Yeah, because sometimes like when we go there, the first thing I say is like, we're not here to get rid of you.
Yeah.
So like you can show up. We're not here to get rid of you. We just want to know who you are. And that's it. Just so they don't go hide, because we are considered the ghost police.
Yeah.
Like these are the guys that get rid of us.
Yeah.
It's like we're not really that team.
So like going back to like stories and shit, man. Like I have so much from when we were younger, dude. Like another one that freaks me out a lot is like there was one night, I don't know why the bathroom was like one of the biggest things that ever like went off, but like I had broke my arm like maybe 2005,
Was this a trampoline?
2004, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I had broke my arm, and the way it happened was just so stupid. Okay, so the day before the initial breaking of my arm, I slept over with my cousins, and we decided that morning we were gonna wake up and put soap all over the fucking the mat of the and jump and just have a fun day and just get all cleaned up, jumping, whatever. So we did that, and then everything was gravy. We went home. They went home. We thought we washed it off enough, and so then the next day we were jumping. We were having like a wrestling match. And I just remember Lyle just diving onto my back, and I was trying to get up. Yeah. And all you just hear is like, and then like shit. Just fucking pain, and like, so I had broke my arm, and like I don't know, how you wrap your arm and shit, like you have to cover it and stuff. So I had it wrapped up, and I was already in the shower at this point, and I was washing my hair. And the reason why this is important to tell you is because I'm using this hand. Okay,
the other one's broken.
The window's over here. Okay, I'm using this hand, and then all of a sudden, I just catch somebody walk by. Yeah. And the crazy it's at night, and I have the window open, which, being native, a young kid, I shouldn't have.
And like the side of your house it's not like an entryway to your yard. It's just like between the two houses.
Yeah, it's like literally like between the two houses is just an alleyway for like to go to a Royals.
Yeah, there's nothing that should be walking
there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I see somebody walk by, and the reason why I say somebody is because I see a head and then I see a shoulder.
So pretty close to the window?
Yeah, and the reason why I know it's a shoulder is because it was like a jacket. It was like a black jacket like this, and it had two stripes going down like that. Yeah. So, at this time, Preston,
like
one of my cousins.
Jacket?
Yeah, it's kind of, But at this time, my cousin Preston was living with us. Yeah. There was some stuff going on, and so he just decided to move in with us. So, I had assumed that Preston had took off to Lauren's house, and the way they used to go is he used to just walk out the front and then go through the Royals because the cops were dicks back in the day.
Yeah, they'd be like,
curfew and all that. Yeah. So he would just walk that way. So when I got out of the shower, he was sitting in the living room, and I went up to him and I punched him in his arm. I was like, "You fucker! You scared me." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You walked by the window and you scared the fuck out of me." And like it was like not even pure instincts. He just got up and grabbed a poker and ran outside.
That's weird.
Yeah, like he just ran outside, him and Tiana, and it was like I didn't even he didn't even tell me like, hey, like I wasn't outside or nothing. He just got up and ran. So then they come back in and they ask me if I'm alright and everything, and I'm like, yeah, why? And then the person was like, I haven't gone nowhere.
What the fuck?
And I was like, are you fucking serious? And he's like, yeah. I was like, I could have sworn you just walked by the bathroom window. He's like, no, I didn't walk nowhere. Huh. It's like, I've been here this whole time. Me and Tana have been in the living room. And Tana was at the computer at that time, and he's like, Ty was like, yeah, he's been sitting here watching MTV.
That's weird.
And that's what I was like,
that's an old sentence.
Dude.
That's an old sentence.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and I'm just freaking out, bro. Like, what the fuck did I see?
Oh shit! Yeah, a mimic, pretty much, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly because I really don't like. I didn't really get to look at the person. Like, I didn't get to fully see like if it was Preston or not.
Yeah.
I just blamed him because that's what he was known for doing, is walking on the side of the house to go to the Royals.
It's pretty weird though.
Yeah.
Especially at night, like that's like because. Like, yeah, because you still had a fence, right?
Yeah. No.
No.
No. This is before pre-fence.
Oh, okay, pre-fence.
It's pre-fence days.
Pre-fence era. So that's pretty weird. Yeah, because that's the area to your house. That's like a weird way. And why walk that close to the house?
Yeah,
too,
like
if you're like trying not to be seen.
No shit. Like, why walk right in front of the window where the light's gonna beam you? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And so that was pretty much like literally what happens when I was a little kid. It's like I'd always have like vivid dreams or these like out of body experiences. I guess I don't know how to fucking explain that one. And then I seen things, and then like the reason why Born in East LA will always have like a special place in my heart is because that's the first time together, me and you, we saw a ghost.
Yeah.
And this is the weirdest ghost I've ever seen, like, to think about. But it was a dog.
Yeah.
A little Chihuahua kind of dog. It had pointy ears and red fucking eyes.
Yeah, that was weird.
And the reason why, like, he talks about the hallway being the scariest is because anytime we'd ever see a spirit, it always come out of that hallway.
Yeah. And the hallway, like, your house was set up kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, so you go to the front door, and it was like living room, and then to your right, it was like a separate hallway that went all the way around the house.
Yeah.
And then like you would
end
up
like
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You'd end up in the kitchen, which is really strange. I never really the old houses are built like that over there.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen houses built like that anywhere else.
No, and like so like the crazy area was more like towards the front room and the living room area around, or not the living room, laundry room area around there. But I just remember watching that Born in East LA, and we were laying on the couch, and then I remember you like freaked out and you hit me. You're like, "Do you see that over there?" I'm like, "What?" And then I fucking see the eyes, and then I see the ears. I'm like, "You see a dog over there?" And you're like,
it didn't move. It just like stared at us.
Yeah, and you're like, "That's exactly what I saw." And I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like, it just moved. It never made a noise. It just moved forward and moved backwards. It never it never did anything else but that. But you could see its ears. You could kind of sort of make out of a head shape.
Yeah, it was mostly like a silhouette with red eyes.
Yeah, and it was like, that's the trippy thing. It was like that was probably the first time I've ever seen like, and I actually can say somebody witnessed it with me. It wasn't just like,
because the dogs you had didn't look anything like that at the time.
They were pugs.
Yeah, they were pugs. They didn't have pointy ears.
No, fuck no. And that's like one of multiple fucking times. Like,
yeah, there was one where we saw like a head or something.
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
that was creepy.
Yeah, it was bouncing out of the fucking, like, picture Digimon when they were baby Digimon thingies, like bouncing around. Just picture that with hair and look nasty as fuck.
Yeah, it looked like a severed head with like long hair, and it came out like at first it like rolled, like, and then it started like jumping or something, and then it rolled. It looks so disgusting.
Like that'd be a cool ass fucking like part of a movie if we can recreate that.
Oh, it fucking creeped me out. I remember that shit.
And then like I remember that one night we built a fort in front of the TV.
That one was probably one of the scariest
like
ones.
Without a paddle, dude, and then like I just. Was it no? What happened was was it Blanca?
Yeah. Well, so I spent the night at Kyle's house, and he had a big screen TV, like those old ones.
Yeah,
with
those
the big
heavy
backs.
fucking things.
And we had 2 chairs, and we put blankets over them and over the TV, and made like a fort. And like there was only like one, like the side inches was like this, and then where the chairs were sitting, we had an entrance in there in the court that was open. And we're watching without a paddle.
Yeah.
And because the TV was like right fucking there, and then we had was it Blanca? I think it was.
Dude, that's a long time Blanca was around, man.
Yeah, because she was in there with us. I think so. I think it was her.
It had to, because it was a dog.
Yeah.
I know that. It was one of our dogs. But anyways, we were fucking watching that without a paddle, and then all of a sudden you hear, I think it was at that point where they're actually in the weed farm, where they're getting shot at.
I think so, yeah.
And because then that's when we heard the dog screech and then run into the little fort we made, and then it just passed out between my legs. Like it was like
That was weird. Yeah, it started yapping, and then it just like it cried like it got hit or something, and then it ran in, and then this went dead asleep. Yeah, and you even tried moving him, right?
Yeah,
or her,
and she didn't budge or nothing. I can't remember what dog.
Like almost like she was like dead or something.
Yeah, like the only thing like that made it like know that she was still alive was that she was breathing.
Yeah,
like breathing hard, like how dogs when they get like fucking stressed or like overworked or whatever. Yeah.
That was pretty fucking weird.
And then like. So, like, we just, like, freaked out, and then all of a sudden we looked down to the left where that other hole in the middle was, and then, like, the best thing to see it is if anybody's ever seen The Village.
That's exactly
what we saw. It was, like, the hanging hand with the fur
the claws,
coat thing. Yeah. And it wasn't, there's no feet, it was floating.
Yeah. I remember you were, like, looking at the dog, and then you looked at me, and I looked. I don't know what made me look through the opening of the tent, and I just saw it go by with like its claws, and I remember looking at you, and my eyes just filled with tears. Yeah. I was like,
dude, it was scary, bro. Yeah, fucking A. Like, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I really don't blame you. That was a scary time. Like, in all honesty, that was probably like, at least I was with somebody at that point.
I really thought something was gonna like eat us or something or kill us. Yeah, and then I don't know why we got brave enough to turn the lights on, get out and turn the lights on.
Yeah, like we just booked it and fucking turned on all the lights.
And nothing was there.
Yeah, no, and like it's a weird.
There was a smell of like an animal.
Yeah, it smelled like fur, like
a wild animal. Yeah,
yeah, like the best explanation I can say is it smelled like an elk.
Yeah, like kind of like pungent smell. Yeah, almost like a wet, raunchy animal or something.
Like the best way to say is like, think of a wet soppy towel and like some dog shit.
Yeah, dog shit, like a wet dog, I guess too.
Yeah, and you mix it all together. That's the smell of like an animal.
It was like lingering in the room when we turned the lights on. I remember.
And like that's honestly like that's probably the last time as a kid, like I would say like after 13 or before 13, that's probably like the last time I ever saw anything in the house with you.
Yeah, because nothing happened when they rebuilt the house, right?
Not that I know of, honestly. I don't really know, because I mean those years I was living there, I was pretty fucked up. Like I was drinking all the time and shit, so I was like, I don't really know.
Senses were numbed.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like I told this story plenty of times. I'm pretty sure I told it like just recently on the podcast, but where I don't know if I stepped on a spirit or if I stepped on a dog or if I stepped on something demonic or what the fuck I stepped on.
There was someone else that had the same story that put a story in the comments that was almost similar to yours.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'll have to look for it, but yeah. You want to tell that one?
Yeah, I mean, so like just like I'll give you a rough sense because I don't bore people with it, but so it's like it was at night. I was sleeping in the front room, and what I mean by the front room is there was 3 rooms that I slept in that house. I didn't. This is embarrassing, but I didn't get out of my mom and dad's room until I was like 12, 13.
Yeah, well, it's not your fault because like you had 3 siblings that had the rooms already.
Yeah, so like.
And then that other room wasn't built yet.
No, so it was just like, okay, like I was forced to stay with my mom and dad in the room. Not really, but I was kind of a really mama's boy when I was doing that, I'm not gonna lie. But I finally got, it was probably a few years in the front room. This is when we started, I want to say this is like right before we started strangulation and shit.
Yeah, so this is like the room, like so the hallway, and this the first room on your right.
Yeah, like right as soon as you turn that little left. But anyways, I was sleeping with my back towards the wall, and the wall that I was sleeping against had the window, and it was a pretty big window. Yeah. So anyways, I had my back towards against it, and I had woken up because I needed to pee. But at that moment, I heard like something clinking. Like the best way I can explain it is if you ran your fingers through a chain link fence. That's exactly what it was, and that's pretty far from that window. Not gonna lie, like that's like
that window's facing the street.
At least 20, 30 feet away.
I think so.
From the window.
So it'd be pretty deliberately like making the sound.
Yeah. So, the noise was going on, and then all of a sudden it gets quiet. don't think nothing of it. So then I go and I sit up and I stand up. And when I put my foot down to stand up, I step on my dog. And the crazy thing is when I'm stepping down, I feel it, I hear it. And then, so I freak out and I jump back on the bed. Because
she cries, right? Yeah.
Because I don't want to hurt her if she's on the bed or on the floor. But what made me realize something was going on was that when I laid back on the bed, my dog was there. Blanco was there on the bed with me. So whatever I stepped on the floor wasn't supposed to be there, or I wasn't supposed to step on it and freak it out, whatever I did. But after I stepped on the dog, heard the yelp, and lay on the bed, I realized Blanco was still on the bed with me. That's when I feel like somebody's staring at me from behind. Yeah. This was the first time I've ever gotten sleep paralysis. Okay. And I can't really fully say if it's sleep paralysis because I was awake.
Yeah, because you were already awake. Something happened, then something just.
Yeah, like I literally went stiff. Yeah. And like I couldn't yell, I couldn't call for help, I couldn't move because it felt like if all the world's gravity was on top of me at one time. And it was just like, it was so impossible to move. Like, even your eyes were probably, like, moving my eyes was probably straining to move. So, I feel something there, and then I see the shadow coming from the window, and you see long hands, like a hand with long fingertips, about this long, come out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and, like, you can hear it kind of, like, scratching a little bit on the glass. And I'm like, fuck, like, what's going on? You can't move, No. So then I'm just, like, so in shock that it feels like 40 minutes have gone by, but I couldn't tell you how long it was. So, and then all of a sudden I just get like this is the moment you got, and if you don't take it, you're not going. So I just rolled off the bed and I ran inside, and I stayed in the living room. And I never went back in the room that night. I said, fuck it. And that's that. To this day, I still don't know what dog I stepped on the floor.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me, like I'm not sure if Blanco was really on the floor or something else was in the bed with me.
Yeah. I don't know who or what was.
Yeah, like which one was the real one. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. And the crazy thing was that when I stepped on the dog, you would expect if Blanca was truly on the bed, she would have freaked out.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one was real. Yeah. So
luckily I got a time machine.
Oh god,
I just rewind.
Fuck that, dude. I would not want to go back to that time.
Just that night, no. You just wake up.
Oh, that'd be scary shit. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I would do. If we snap back into like a different reality, like we just woke up and we were at like that point in our lives.
That'd be weird, no? Like, still remember everything, from what you went through.
Fuck,
that'd be pretty creepy. It's like if you end up in a spot where you didn't like that time. I guess.
No shit, like that was like probably like the worst times of our lives, kind of shit. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like honestly, it was probably like it was okay for me then, but. I don't think I would want to. I don't really want to experience that shit again because not being able to move and not being able to say anything is probably the scariest feeling ever.
That's weird because I don't know if you could call it sleep paralysis. It's just like because like that's weird that you were awake and all of a sudden you just like went into that mode. That's
like I'm not even lying to you. That's like strange. Straight.
Yeah.
Like straight jacket straight.
Yeah. I wonder what the fuck. That's weird.
Like you can't because I can't label it sleep paralysis because I didn't wake up and it was there.
Yeah, because usually that's how people are. They like sleep and they wake up and they can't move.
Yeah.
And then usually their eyes are free roaming. Yeah. But that's
like it was like painful to move my eyes. Like, it just like I don't know if it was just tiring or if it was just because whatever was there was forcing me to stay where I needed to stay.
Because what's another thing is that your story. It doesn't match up with other sleep paralysis either. So I think it was something else. I think something was controlling you or something. Yeah. Because you ever seen like sleep paralysis stories? It's always a shadow man,
dude. Okay,
or an old hag.
So like, I'm not even bullshitting you. I've seen the shadow man. He's got a top hat.
Yeah, that's the the hat man is what they call him.
Yeah, like I've seen him before, and that was when I was like 14, 15, and this is when I thought I was just really high on weed, and I thought I was just seeing people. But no, it was like I woke up and saw the Hat Man in the corner.
That's pretty cool.
And all he did was go like that. And then there was nothing else after.
That was
there
weird.
Was
just
nothing
like,
there.
oh, hello.
Yeah, like a salute, like good morning, like top of the morning to you kind of shit.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Remember, Cameron had the same thing. It was like a guy with a hat. Yeah. Like, he said his had like a trench coat or something.
Yeah, it's like, like how can I, like
almost like Jack the Ripper, like silhouette.
Picture like early 30s, early 20s, like, you know how like Bugsy and all them would walk around, like picture like suits like that, sharp, high shoulders, stuff like that. Yeah. Like that's like how you can picture that, like that entity.
The one that creeps me out the most is the sleep paralysis stories about the old hag. It's about an old woman that comes towards you, and then she sometimes she just stares into your eyes.
Fuck that!
Like right in your face. Yeah, it's like the most homeless looking woman.
Is that the one that sits on your chest?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she'll sit on you and just look in your eyes. Okay. Like that creep me the fuck out.
Like, and what always like creeps me out about hearing like about old people or old ladies stories is like those 2 stories you told me about when you would tell me about Michelle's fucking her guests or her little thingy.
Yeah.
And then when you,
because she didn't have sleep paralysis.
No, because that was legit. You were communicating with that spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, just fucking tell it out.
Okay. As well. I fucking forgot. So my girlfriend at the time, I don't know. She was kind of like going through stuff. I don't know, like. So she lived with her mom and she had her room, but one time she told me. It was out of the blue. She just like randomly told me that. She's like, yeah, when I was a little girl, or not even a little girl, she said it still happens sometimes. Like she would be sitting in her room, and her closet door would open, and this old lady would come out and come sit on the edge of her bed, and then just stare at her. And she said she'd be like in the corner of the bed, just trying to get away from her, like as far as she could, and then she would sit there for like. I don't know. She said it just felt like forever because like you're scared, you know. And she said, yeah. And then she'd eventually sit up and then go back in the closet and close the door. And that was what she would do every other night. And I was like, what the fuck? That is fucking weird. And that freaked me out because I was like, that's creepy as fuck. I never heard stories like that. Usually sleep paralysis, they can't move and shit. But this lady would come out. And she said that she would like mumble like to herself. Sometimes she would even look at her, she said. She would just sit there and just stare forward and just kind of mumble. She never could really understand what she was saying because she was like saying under her breath. And then, so that was happening. And then I remember I was at her house one time and I think we were just watching like TV or something. And then she got up and then she went to the restroom. And I was sitting there and I just realized like, damn, like almost an hour went by. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, what is she doing? And then I walked to the bathroom and I go in there and she's just staring into the mirror, not moving at all.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's not staring, or not, she's just staring at herself. And I'm like, hey, like, you all right? You've been in here for like an hour. What are you doing? Why are you staring at yourself like that? Like, and she wouldn't move. She was like completely still. And then I finally, like, right before like I touched her, she like snapped out of it. She's like, and she just started screaming at me, like yelling at me, telling me off, let me get the fuck out. And she was like, she went into the kitchen, was throwing pots and stuff at me and just like flipping out. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then she just like sat on the floor and started crying. And then she didn't remember anything that she was doing.
What the fuck?
Yeah. She was like, what happened? I was like, you were throwing shit at me. Like you were staring at yourself in the fucking mirror. And that's when she told me about the old lady. And then she told me about this other thing that lives there that controls her sometimes. I was like, what? Like a black shadow thing. She told me about some shadow man is what she said that tells her what to do sometimes. And then that kind of like made me feel weird. And then I started openly talking to whatever was in there. I was like, well, you better leave her alone. Like you're not allowed here anymore and stuff like that. Just kind of like talking straight to it. And it did get weird in there. Like kind of like got like heavy. And then I got into my car. I was leaving, I was leaving or something. And then I felt something in the back of my car. and I looked in the mirror and I saw like the shadow of a person, and I knew it was that thing, and I was like, I told you, you're not allowed here no more. Like, get away. Like, she's not yours. You don't own somebody. And then I felt like the car like shift, like it was adjusting itself. It was getting closer, and I was like, you're not allowed here. I'm not afraid of you. Get the fuck out of my car. And then it just like faded away in the mirror or something. And then that was weird. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and like that story, and then when you told me about how you saw this lady that looked like my auntie, like coming out of your fucking backyard.
Oh yeah, that was fucking weird too. Yeah, it was me and my mom. I didn't see this by myself. It was my mom actually saw her. What were we doing? I think we were just, I don't know if we're cleaning or watching something, but I remember we were in the living room because we had that L-shaped couch, and the TV was like in that weird corner area where the door is. And I was sitting there, and my mom was sitting like on the other side of the couch, and it's like an L shape, so I'm like kind of can see my mom, and then there's the window right here on the side of the house, sitting there, and I was like, "Mom, who's that?" And you could, because it was the middle of the day, so you could see like someone passing the window, because like you would see the sunlight behind them, and you could see their silhouette, and it looked like an older woman, like with like a blanket, like a native blanket. And she was like kind of like slowly walked past the window, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because you can even see like her hair; it was like tied back, and you can see like her nose. And she was like, "What? You saw somebody?" I was like, "Yeah, like someone just went like towards the backyard." She was like, "What?" And then she looked towards like the back window where the kitchen was, and that was facing the backyard. And then sure enough, saw her walk by, and she's like, "What the fuck?" She was like, "Why is she said her name, you know?" I was like, "Why is she in our backyard?" I was like, "Is that the neighbor across?" She's like, "Yeah, like maybe she's like, I don't know, like seeing if she were home or something, or like or losing it, or maybe she doesn't know where she's at or something, or she thinks this is her house." And because the back window, the blinds were open, so it was like a red blanket, and you can see like her white hair, and it looked kind of like her, And then she went back there, and then she was like in our backyard, and then she started like putting something in the ground, and then she walked off, and then she like kind of like disappeared. I don't know. I don't even think we even saw her go back across or anything. And and then that was weird. And I don't know who my mom told, but they're like, "No, that wasn't her." And so it was really weird. I remember that day. That was really creepy.
And I've always thought about those two stories. Anytime like I think about like scary shit like that, like to me it's not like a poltergeist experience. It's like you're actually seeing something.
Yeah, it didn't look like a ghost. It looked like an actual person. Yeah. That was pretty weird. And I remember we always see like shadows like on our chain link fest in the back. Like you would just see like a shape of a person and it would just like disappear right away. It's really weird.
Yeah, and like for some reason I don't know why like our old house everybody got injured in. Like Rico, for some reason his ankles would always get taken out. Grandpa's always cutting himself or something.
I remember that, like the old house.
Like it was just like such a bad experience there. Like those of you who like stayed with us or lived with us, you guys don't really know. Like,
sorry,
you didn't get to experience the full experience. But like I wonder if like whatever was in that house is what made everybody so hostile towards each other.
Maybe, yeah, because it does affect people's moods.
Like, I mean, I wonder if that like was what made my mom and dad want to go to the casino all the time instead of hanging out with us. Yeah. Or like why my sister was an asshole to me sometimes.
Because if it does try to get the parents away, like it's like, oh, the kids are more vulnerable. Like.
And like the crazy thing too is like I don't really tell this story because I don't know if it's real or not. Like I feel like it's a dream too. Like, but there was one time when my mom and dad were at the casino, and it was about like 8 or something. And for some reason, my auntie Bob called and just told us not to be looking outside because it's dark. So Tana was like, "Okay, we won't." Like we weren't doing it anyways. So like I don't know why we would do it now. So then, stupid me, I look out and I see a fucking like a. How can I like say like you just see this part of me without a head. and it's just this part bouncing a ball like a basketball.
Yeah.
That's what I saw when I looked out.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Like in the front?
Like a half body, no head. Yeah. But no, it was walking up the street.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. And this is when you remember how that there was that one lamp by Manuelitas by my Uncle Victor's house. That was the only street light we had.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's the only reason why you see it is because it's like the light shine is glistening off the ball and the sneaker. It's only one sneaker, and it's like you just see it going up and then the ball bouncing up and then ball bouncing. It's like weird shit.
Huh.
Yeah, like I never really talked about it much because I don't
think you ever told me that one.
I don't know if it's real or not. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know like if the things that I see are just things that I just see myself and it's just like nothing that it's truly there or if it's actually like.
Especially because you're a kid, like I just like I maybe had a vivid imagination and I was just thinking I saw that or. It's hard to fucking tell because it's not like you can't go back in time and be like, oh, I did really see that shit.
Yeah, like even going back to like the first story, like there's no telling like if that thing really did touch me or not.
Yeah, like you don't because like you said, you don't know if it was a dream or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I always think about is like when I'm going through something scary is it that same experience scary or if it's like just like your nerves. Are built up scary. Because like there are times where like even now like when I bring up stories I know when I'm telling the truth because I get like shaky.
Yeah, you get like tingles. And shit. Yeah,
like I get like my voice gets trembly.
Yeah,
like my body feels like
you like kind of like get that feeling back.
Yeah, like it's a weird feeling and like that's how I know when I'm not bullshitting. Like my mind, my body is like together. It's like I'm not bullshitting myself. Is when I'm shaky. It's like I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, I can't believe you made me remember that shit. I forgot about that, dude.
Yeah.
That whole fucking thing with her.
Yeah. And that's like one thing too, like I've always I've always held on to those memories the most, those scary times.
I don't know if my mind tries to block some of it out, like not to remember. Like when there's so many stories you reminded me about.
Like
the whole fucking I don't know what made you, like, we talked about when I went to Mexico and that whole saint thing.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot about that. Like, and then you remind, I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot that happened. And you're like, what? I was all, I forgot I was, like, Jesus.
Or, like what? It's a trip, though, is, like, there's so many things that we've experienced together. And, like, another experience that when we were older, like, in our 18, in our adult years is when we were at your house. Oh. And that's when we heard that fucking thing screaming upstairs in the room.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Didn't you say like when you were staying there too?
Bro, it was the creepiest shit ever. I used to hate laying onto that couch that was
downstairs.
Under that mirror, because that mirror would always move. I never said much about it because I didn't want your mom or
it moved?
Your grandma to get freaked out. Yeah, but it moved. Like, how can I explain this? Like, so just picture this as the cross, okay? It would go like this.
Oh, like someone lifting it?
It would pop up every now and then.
What the fuck?
And then after every time I would do that, I'd always get that feeling like something was up on the stairs.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if that was a portal and the upstairs was somewhere where they just had to be.
It's weird that you say that because every time when I used to live there, I always felt like someone was like looking over.
Yeah.
Where the whatever the fuck it is.
The ledge?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the crazy weird thing is like I don't know if anybody was really walking around in those times. Yeah. Well, like you'd always hear like people walking up on the top.
Yeah, even when you're alone, you would hear like So a little backstory. I used to live on now I guess the west side still, but it was like on McMahon.
By Rust.
Yeah, like Rust. Like right behind it, and it was a 2-story house. The way the house was, it was like pretty much a square. But you would come in, there was a loft, you could see up there, and then the stairs were right to your right, and it would go up, turn, and there was a landing, and then it would go up back again. And the bathroom was under the stairs.
Oh, I fucking hated that bathroom, dude.
And every time I would be home alone, I would come use the restroom when I get home, and I would hear someone walking up the stairs, because the stairs would go over your head.
Yeah.
And you would always hear someone walking. I'm like, what the fuck, no one's here. You just like what the fuck, we'll go outside and like, hey, like I thought it was like my grandma or my mom or nobody home. There's been like multiple people that have had experiences. I've had some weird ones there.
Like your grandma told me that one time that the garage opened on her.
Yeah,
When she was home alone.
Yeah, and then one time she heard people arguing upstairs, and no one was there. I've heard someone talking before too, and I was like, "What the fuck? Go up there."
We should look at the history of that house and see if anybody had passed away there.
Because the previous owners were still on that security thing. Their names were still on there. Not the owners of the house. It was like someone else's names. Because what they did is they bought the house and then started renting it out.
Oh, okay. So it's just like a realty thing. Like.
Yeah, just to make money.
Yeah.
The one thing there's two things I remember. My uncle, you don't remember Tiger. But he used to live there for a little bit. There was one time where he went to the bathroom in the middle of the night. He was taking a shit, and it was like he said it was like 2:00 in the morning. He was sitting there up the upstairs bathroom, and the door was like right in front of him, like right here. So the doorknob's right here. You can almost like sit on the toilet and like reach for the door.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there, and he said the doorknob started like turning, and he was like, "Hey, I'm in here," and his step kept going, and then he was like, "I'm in here," and then the fucking the little lock thing started turning.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and he was like, he thought it was just me or someone fucking with him or something. It's like, all right, like he said, he covered up, and he was like waiting for like the thing to fully get unlocked, and he said it like went click, and then he just like grabbed the door and opened it just to like scare us, and no one was there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there was no one there.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, like that house was a trip. I ain't gonna lie, cause like every time I'd stay over, it would always like take me a minute to fall asleep because I had this overwhelming feeling like I wasn't alone.
Yeah, I always felt like that too when I was there. I always forget about that. God, see those stories that you remind me. I don't remember those because there's more ghost story. Yeah, and then one time I was completely alone. I was downstairs, and I was going up the stairs, and I heard the shit my mom showered on, and I was like, I don't think she's not home, and I was like, I heard someone like humming like a song, like they're taking a shower and humming, and I got closer and closer. I was like creeping in there because I was like, what the fuck? And then the shower was on. I got into my mom's room, and the bathroom is like on the other corner of the room, and it's like a walk-in bathroom, and then there's a shower and a tub, and I heard someone singing, like just going like just showering. And I got close to the fucking bathroom, and right when I got to the doorway, I was like, "Hello," and the shower just turned off.
Yeah.
And that fucking freaked the shit out of me. I didn't run away, but instantly just got that like elevated fear.
Yeah.
I was so afraid to open it or see like a movement in there. But I opened the shower door. Sure, the whole fucking thing was wet. Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question. Do you remember our first actual paranormal investigation together?
Jesus, scared the fuck out of me. No, I don't. What was that?
That's when we were at that house specifically.
Did we do it?
That's when we heard something in your mom's bathroom, and we took those fucking cameras in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we did. I can't remember what we did. I just remember we filmed in there.
I don't remember what we did.
And I know it's because we heard somebody in the bathroom.
Yeah, and in that closet, sometimes the clothes would move, or my mom would hear someone in there too.
Fuck.
Yeah, that room, that house is weird. I don't know if someone died there or something, but yeah, it was pretty creepy. Like, I wonder if the owners, because I think they said they lived there for a little bit, but I wonder if they just, because something was
Because it was
wrong.
like freaky out.
Yeah, because...
Because like, even like, the fuck was that dog's name? What the fuck was his name?
Oh, Scrappy?
Yeah, even he would like...
Yeah.
He would see those things.
He would just like freeze down,
Yeah.
just like stare. Yeah.
And they like, especially at the stairs, he would just like, you see him perk up, ears go up,
Like look up.
and then you hear like him growling,
Yeah.
and then you don't feel that feeling no more, and then he's just like laying down and he's chill.
Yeah.
So like, God bless, bro. Like there's so many experiences we've had together that to this day we probably really don't get all of the stories or all the experiences now because all our memories shit.
Yeah, like you just talking about that house reminded me of all kinds of, like the screaming one. That's the fucking one of the
Yeah,
creepier
dude, that
ones.
scares the shit out of me all the time when I think about that because we were downstairs, right? And that's when we were recording it for Aptitude, right?
Yeah, so it happened twice then.
Bro, fuck. Why didn't we never think about listening to the tracks?
I don't know. But yeah, didn't we hear someone scream?
Yeah. So like that like there's so many experiences that we've had together that like I can see why we got into fucking paranormal shit.
The other story about the screaming lady that was in that house, because I guess it happened twice. There's the second time I was sleeping in there, and of course my ex at the time, we were both laying on the bed, and our bed was against the wall, and there's a gap, and then there's the closet. So our heads were facing the closet. So we're laying with our legs towards the wall. I don't know why we slept like that. That's kind of creepy. But the closet was right there. It was closed. And I was sleeping, and in the middle of the night, I was asleep. I woke up to a woman screaming like she was getting fucking murdered from my closet.
Oh shit!
This like piercing scream, like you couldn't even hear anything else besides the scream. Like it was like I was like, what the fuck? And then she woke up. She was like, she caught like the very end of it, like it was and then it stopped, and she was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, something is screaming in our fucking closet. Yeah. I was like whispering her because I was like, I don't want something to come out.
Oh, shit, no.
And she was like, what? I was like, yeah. She was like, and then right after I said that, dude, it's weird. Two things happened. So screaming, told her about it. She was like, what the fuck? Yeah, she was like, I kind of heard it. I was like asleep. And then right after that, the bed started shaking.
Oh, yeah, I remember this part now, yeah.
Yeah, that fucking creeped me out. I've never had that experience before. Yeah, it just felt like this.
Fuck that.
Just going like that, dude. And I was like, is the bed fucking shaking? She's like, yeah. I was like, what the I didn't want to get up because I was like, what if it's under the bed?
Oh, shit.
And then, it just kept doing that for like a good couple of minutes, and then eventually stopped. And then I don't think I went back to sleep. I think I stayed up.
Didn't you say there was like a trap door somewhere around there?
What's weird is that right in front of the closet, there's loose floorboards right there. And like when you pull up I didn't ever want to look, but yeah, there was like loose floorboards that you could hear. It was like hollow. Yeah. I don't know if there was like something like under.
Cover?
Yeah. So that was weird.
Fuck, dude. I just don't understand like why. Like we had those experiences like this, like
us
together, like of all times together. Like I could see like if we would like had these experiences separately, and then we came to be like, bro, like this is what happened to me. No, like we legit had so many experiences together. Like one that recently, not recently, but like one that I can remember that recently happened, like maybe a few years back was, I was drinking at the time. It was me and Rico. We were hanging out outside, dude, and if anybody knows about birds, they don't fly during the night. They're quiet. Unless they're like owls or bats, they're literally just going to stay in their nest or whatever. And so we were drinking, and he was telling me about his own paranormal experiences and shit. And one of them had to do with a duck, and it goes into a story, and maybe we'll bring him on here to talk about it, because I'm not going to talk to his story or anything, but we were sitting there drinking. It was around like maybe 1, 2 in the morning at the time. We were sitting in the front. You hear quack?
The fuck, a duck?
Yeah. But the weird thing is it's in front of us in the corner, like by the fence with that big-ass bushes, by Paulus.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All I hear is quack. And I kept doing it. And I told Rico, I was like, dude, remember how you told me that story about that duck? And he's like, yeah. I was like, listen, man, fucking sure as shit. Quack. Like, dude, I've never seen anybody get so fucking pale in the night, in the dark. I saw Rico's fucking skin go from like this pink to dark ass fucking, like bright white, And let's go inside. And like if he tells you guys that story, you guys will understand that was fucking freaky to hear that shit.
Yeah.
And damn, dude, like that right there was probably like as an adult, it was one of the most like craziest experiences I've had, because it was like literally we're talking about the situation that happened, the story, and then what the noises were, and then you hear that same fucking noise. Like
that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. It's like,
it's
that
like
whatever that thing
me?
was listening.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I never really like talked about like scary shit like that after like when we're drinking and stuff.
Remember when we sent Mitch and his buddy to fucking go in that haunted house in his on the live stream? Remember?
Oh yeah,
that was funny as fuck.
That's fucked up, bro.
That was another thing that was kind of like part of the paranormal world when we first started. But so before we ended the podcast, we're at an hour right now.
Oh, okay.
But what's the scariest experience you had during like the pitch dark paranormal stuff?
Like together or personal?
Just like whatever you think is the most like scary experience for you while we were doing
Okay, I'm gonna give you two.
Okay.
So as a group, the most scariest experience that I've had is with when me and Michael were at St. James. And the weird thing about it is like everything was fine until he started staring at door number 18. As soon as he started staring at that fucking door.
That's the iconic door in that place.
And it was like he opened something for himself there. And the reason why I say that is because you see him get scratched. Like, I mean, I don't fucking see it happening, but you see the scratches appear. Yeah. And it's like they get darker. It doesn't get lighter. It gets darker.
Tell us, like, so what you guys were walking that, what happened?
So we passed Annie Oakley's room. Me and him are talking, just laughing. Yeah. Like, just talking bullshit. Like, I want to say I still have the film. Yeah. But we're just talking bullshit. We're going past Annie Oakley's room, and then we're passing by that chair. And I'm turning this way with the camera. I don't mean to get out of the camera view, but I turned this way with the camera, and I'm videotaping that area where that chandelier and that lamp is, and where that whatever it is. So we're there, and I'm videotaping that, and then all of a sudden, I just look to my right. Camera's still pointing this way. Dude's like beamed out at that door. Like he's got if he has laser eyes, he's burning a hole through that fucking door. Yeah. And then all of a sudden,
he stopped talking?
Yeah, quiet. All of a sudden, you just hear, I got scratched. And you know how Pickle's voice is like, what the fuck? Like bullshit. Yeah. And then I pick up his shirt, and I'm like, holy fuck, he did get scratched.
I remember yelling for us.
Yeah, because you see one come up, and then two, and then when you guys show up, that's when all three of them are there.
It's like an A shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, and then like it's kind of like a weird shape, like an A shape.
Yeah, like, and it's the craziest thing ever because it just appears right there. Yeah. It's not like it just happens, or like we just somehow just saw his shirt lift up and then we saw it. No, it happened right in front of me. He said it hurt. I pulled up his shirt. I see them coming up, like the welts of the scratch.
That's fucking weird. Because like when I looked it up, did I tell you guys about that? Like the shape of the scratches on his. Well, there's actually like a because it kind of coincides with everything that we're seeing. Remember, something was following him. Yeah. Saw a goat man. Yeah. Well, the shape of the A is actually a symbol for this cult that actually used to worship a goat demon.
Oh shit!
So it makes sense.
Okay. So. Yeah, that's probably one of my most scariest experiences with somebody in a group.
What's funny is that like that was like the first like 20 minutes of you being part of the paranormal stuff.
Yeah, part of the Pitch Dark Paranormal crew. Yeah,
you didn't even start yet. We were just setting up.
Because we had just put all the cameras in the room,
and we were waiting for.
We were just doing pre-walk around. Yeah, because he was turning on the lights, and I want to say he just finished that hallway, and he was going where you guys were turning off those lights.
Yeah, that big like.
Because when I remember screaming that's when he runs out. He's like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah. And we're like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And then I get it. Yeah. Then he's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that happens sometimes." I was like,
and then my personal only experience, probably when it had to be where it was in Gila, and it's where I saw somebody in that fucking cell.
Which one?
That's when I was sitting there by myself.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
And I fucking saw somebody peek out, put his shoulder out, and then I just fucking... I did not say that. I go, fuck that camera, where you at? I'm over here.
Oh, yeah, and you said something when you were doing the spirit box by yourself. Remember something tapped you or something?
Yeah, oh, yeah, okay. So I don't remember, like, I'd have to go back and watch the episode because I don't remember what I said. But I remember I had asked a question about being comfortable or something like that. And then that's when I feel this, and I'm like, I thought it was Cameron
telling you like stop. Yeah.
So that's when I pick up my headphone and I'm like, yeah. And he don't say nothing, so I'm like, okay. Yeah. And I think that's when I'm in the cell, right?
Yeah, he's across over there at those like the isolation area, and you're by yourself in level 2.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. That's probably has to be like the most scariest time I've ever been there, because every other time, like I remember maybe we were like the second time we were at Down Island. You haven't seen that yet. I'm not gonna spoil it. So that experience by myself, sure, but those two were probably like the top scariest moments.
So I remember you said you were sitting in the cell and the camera was out or something, and you said you saw a face or something. Yeah, that one.
So so that shit's probably like top scariest thing that's happened so far.
That one had a lot of evidence, because that's when I actually caught something on my camera. Remember when I actually got a...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because the first flash, I didn't get nothing, and then Pickles is in that same spot where we actually caught it. He was like, yeah, I just saw a flash of a guy standing there. I was like, really? So I took another picture, and then sure enough, that's what the same... where he's like, that's exactly where he was standing. And it was like, yeah, some bald guy, like, fucking there trying to, like, fuck with the REM pod.
So, like, it's got its ups and downs. It's fucking intense, man. Hopefully, I'll be back on and we can do some more experiences, and then hopefully we'll have some more investigations done at that time.
Because hopefully we get enough new places that we don't have to just release in October.
Yeah.
Because like if we get maybe like 4 more places, we can start releasing them.
Yeah.
So you guys don't have to wait. Yeah. It's just a matter of how many places let us.
No shit. That's the difficult part, is finding an area, and then not only that, but having the means to get to the area.
Yeah, because most of the places that they're like welcoming arms are places that are not close.
Yeah. They're either not close, or if they're close, they charge a little bit.
Yeah. Like, it's weird, like, the whole East Coast is just full of places that welcome that shit.
Yeah.
And it sucks that we don't live that close.
Oh, shit.
It's like, most of them are like
plus
a day drive.
Hours away. Yeah, and I was saying hours away.
And then if we have to get a plane flight, it's another fucking $400. So
shit, expense like crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys were to share this episode, leave a like, leave a comment, tell your people about us. We'll be able to go to experience these places for you.
Yeah.
And not just be stuck in little areas, or have limited limited fucking content to put out, because it's hard, because getting funding is just sometimes impossible.
Yeah, it's mostly out of our own. It's always out of our own pockets. Like, as if you guys shared it, we got enough followers, you guys would be part of growing this channel and be able to like have us do more stuff. For you guys. And
so
we want to.
It's all up to you guys if you want to see more of the paranormal stuff. It's all up to you guys to get this channel moving. We do appreciate those of you who are with us now and have been with us for years. And I hope that Joe and Cameron can take this podcast and boom the channel up, along with I's interviews with all of our local bands in New Mexico, and hopefully they're gonna be going on tour, and hopefully they can get some more footage out in California, Oregon, Washington, Texas, Colorado.
Hopefully we go on a ghost tour too.
That's a dream there.
Imagine like just doing like a run of different places night after night. Like
that'd be crazy shit. But until then, guys, thank you for watching Let's Get Paranormal. I'm your co-host. Not co-host. God damn. I'm a guest host. Kyle. Like I said before, if you guys want to watch the paranormal episodes, go to the channel, check it out. If you guys want to watch the other podcast, check it out. Watch Cloud9, anything. We have all kinds of videos.
All kinds of shit. But thanks for watching Let's Get Paranormal. Kyle, like you just said, he was an awesome guest. We got to hear a bunch of stories that maybe you guys haven't heard yet. But yeah, hopefully he comes back again soon.
I'm probably going to come back. I just give it a few. So that I'm not dolling y'all ears out.
All right, well, thanks for watching. Stay spooky.